I have that very annoying glare still. I'm going to get better equipment, like I said in the other video. I've ordered a camera with a mic to update the quality of these videos and to try to eliminate some of that. More so it's less obnoxious for you all. I understand it's annoying me. The problem is if I turn that off, then the issue is the camera's light goes in and out throughout the video, and that's annoying as well. So anyway, I'm going to, like I said, be getting new equipment to, make these videos less annoying for the viewer. I got one on the way. So anyways, I am reviewing a fragrance today that was completely unexpected. I was, doing what many of us do in the fragrance community, and stopped in a TJ Maxx and just kind of was seeing what they had, and they didn't have much anything. In fact, recently my TJ Maxx has had nothing, nothing at all. Not even the normal, super cheap fragrances that you see there. The Calvin Kleins, the English Laundries, the Hollisters, nothing other than the extremely cheap fragrances. So they had one there I tried. It was by Pure, the little cubes you've probably seen, to $12. One of them was called Ocean or Oceana or something. So I sprayed that out of curiosity, and surprisingly, the opening was actually decent. It smelled very, generic, but it was a pretty pleasant aquatic fragrance, certainly synthetic. I was like, oh, well, maybe that wouldn't be too bad for the gym. But the dry down was extremely soapy. It just smelled like Dawn dish detergent. So that was definitely a hard pass, even for $12. Anyway, I came across this company called Kanon, which I had never heard of before. And this is their Nordic Elements series. And they have Air, which is obviously the one I got. They have another one called Earth. And I believe they have Sea and Wind, or not Wind. I don't know, they have a few of them in this line. And you can see there's these little paper kind of covers on there that explains, the fragrance. It seems like their goal with these are to make them very, sustainable for the environment. And they got something on the back saying, caring more by using less. It says the Nordic Elements fragrance line captures the essence of the Nordic region through scent. Like the elements that make up the beautiful, serene, and robust region, the fragrances are invigorating and fresh. So this one says crisp, clean, refreshing. Then it goes on to say EcoBoost. Uses eco-friendly, innovative technology. We crafted unique, high-impact fragrances while having less of an impact on the environment. They do that through less energy in manufacturing, less material in packaging, and here's kind of what worried me: carbon-conscious scents with lower fragrance doses, which for many of us in the community probably means worse performance. But they are claiming they did it without impacting performance through whatever this EcoBoost technology was, because they call these high-impact fragrances, which could be taken, I guess, a million different ways. Anyway, I'm going to get into this. I picked this one up. I did spray it in the store. I did not spray. They had another one called Earth. I smelled off the cap. I thought maybe you would smell like Green Irish Tweed or something like that from Creed. It did not. It definitely smelled green. I wasn't as big on it, and honestly, I had never heard of this company before, so I didn't want to buy both. But I should have sprayed it on the skin just to test it. Out of curiosity, now I kind of want to go back for the price. Here's what it looks like without that label. It still has the Marshall sign on it. Or sorry, it was a Marshall, not a TJ Maxx. It was $12.99. And the atomizer from when I sprayed it last time was really just kind of crappy. We'll get into it in a minute. But anyway, the notes. So interesting enough, I looked it up, and the notes sounded pretty good. Okay? So it supposedly has in the top bergamot, grapefruit, mandarin orange. Heart notes are cardamom, clove, ginger, jasmine, saffron, and geranium. And the base notes are amber, cedarwood, musk, patchouli, and vanilla. So, yeah, it sounds good. Very good. It almost sounds like it's a fresh scent that you could potentially wear in the fall as well, due to the cardamom, the vanilla, and the amber. But it's a bunch of citruses up top. So kind of something along the lines of Wanted by Night. Not the same scent profile, but kind of the same idea. It's got an opening of citrus, but dries down into a much more winter-style fragrance. So anyway, let's check it out. I'll show you guys all the atomizer and everything. Actually really nice. When I sprayed it last time it was bad, but that was really nice. Okay, so I'm going to spray this on my skin because I already had it on my skin earlier. So yeah, in the opening you get this very, I mean the name is fitting, this very airy freshness. The citruses are there, but there's this like light, crispy, airy vibe that's kind of just like coming off. It reminds you of like cold wind or something like that. So I know where they're getting the name. And it really works with this. There's almost a slight powderiness to it, certainly a sweetness to it, but not over the top. But yeah, you get those nice citruses in the opening. Again, with the sweetness, slightly powdery vibe, but not in like a baby powder, off-putting way. It's still very masculine, kind of shower jelly, but unique. So when I sprayed this in the store, when I decided to buy it, that time I'd only really smelt the opening. I was like, oh, it smells pretty good. $12. Thought if nothing else, this would be good for gym scent. Even if it doesn't last for very long, you know, for the money, it'd be great for the gym. It isn't an EDT concentration, but honestly, I've learned with, you know, Marshall's, TJ Maxx, the cheaper fragrances, even the eau de parfums or the parfums with these cheap fragrances don't really last. So I don't know that they actually are even what they're saying they are, to be honest with you. But yeah, there's this spiciness about it too. And I'm sure it comes from the cloves and everything. It's just, it starts kind of after that initial opening, starts to dry down. You start getting those spices in. It really just makes it kind of, in my mind, does make me think of like Arctic winds and that crisp kind of biting cold wind. You know, it's almost kind of what you're getting from this like chilly, cool vibe with spices and again the citruses. And it's sweet. Now, I know it develops because I had sprayed it later. It changes yet again in the dry down. So this is a fragrance that absolutely has those stages. It develops, it changes. It's not one where you get hit with everything and it's linear. Or, you know, that basically you're getting a bunch of the base notes in the opening with the top notes. This is very much goes down kind of the pyramid of what you'd expect. The top, the mid, and the dry down. Again, it opens with a super crisp, like airy kind of vibe from all the citruses, and then it starts getting down in the mid. You get that slightly powdery kind of vibe, but it's done in a really good way. And then as it goes down to the mid, you get those spices really start to come out, and you really start picking that up. It's a spicy sweetness. And there's the powderiness, I think, probably comes from the florals. And I think part of what makes it kind of that effervescent kind of feel in the opening is probably the ginger. It pops almost off your skin. It's like that's what kind of you get from like the citrus kind of popping off your skin. And now as it really starts drying down into the dry down, you get the cardamom and you get the vanilla and the amber. And there was something, and I still can't recall what it is, something this reminds me of in the far dry down. And it was bothering me because there's something that smells like, not in the opening, not in the mid, but in the far dry down, it was making me think of another fragrance, and I can't think of it now. Couldn't think of it then. All I can say is it smells really good. Now, this to me, it's obviously synthetic, but it was done very well. And I think part of that might be through them trying to source the ingredients the way they did, making them environmentally friendly and everything else. It doesn't smell overly synthetic, especially not for the money. It actually smells really good. This would be, again, what I plan to use it on is for gym fragrance or if I'm just running errands or something like that. But I think this would work in the cold weather as well. Again, it's got the spiciness to it, the sweet spiciness to it that would certainly work, and even, you know, the ginger kind of vibe to it again makes it very Airy. Again, it reminds me, and especially in the opening, of the kind of like cold winds. I think it would work really well in the winter, actually. But yeah, as it dries down, you really get that amber, you really get the vanilla. And the spices are still there. It's this nice spicy vanilla vibe you're getting. Part of me almost was like, thought for a minute, maybe it was the Leighton it was reminding me of, but it's not. Then I was like, maybe it was Boss Bottle Intense. It's not that either, but man, there's something this smells like. But it's good, okay? Honestly, for the money, if you find one of these, you can order these online too. They're super cheap online. I saw it was like $8.99. It's even cheaper online, I think. But for the money, if you're at a TJ Maxx and you're just looking for some easy, quick grab, cheapie, I'd pick this up. Now, I will say performance isn't great. I went out to dinner, and when I say great, it's awful. I went out to dinner, and it's about 7, sprayed this on about 7 o'clock, ended dinner about 8:40, then hung out for about 20 minutes. I probably got 2.5 hours, 3 hours where I was really picking this up before it kind of disappeared. So again, this is running to the grocery store, running to the go work out, that kind of scent, you know, a quick, easy running errands fragrance. This is not something that's going to last you throughout the day. If you're somebody who needs every fragrance you have to be a performance beast, this is not it. Okay, so this will not be for you. But if you're looking for something cheap, it's a 3.4 ounce bottle, something that'll be great for just running errands, quick, dumb reach, easy to throw on, especially for the winter months and you're into spicy fragrances. This is really, really good. It really is, and it's unique. Like I said, I love the route they're going. I like the element kind of route. Now I am intrigued, so if I will try to go back to that Marshalls. If they have the Earth, I'll buy it. If not, I might just order the others online just to review them, because I am interested, especially in the their ocean version or water or whatever it's called. I am very kind of intrigued on that one. It's bothering me. It's still bothering me. It's got this spicy vanilla dry down. I mean, maybe it is kind of resembling Leighton to me, but it's also, there's something else in there. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that, but that's not... I don't know. If I think of it, I'll let y'all know, but anyway, if you're looking for something unique, different, this is really good. It really is. Just no performance isn't great, okay? But man, does it smell good? And I am curious about their other offerings. And for the money, like I said, it's dang cheap. So anyway, it's an easy dumb reach. This will be going in my list of gym fragrances that I'll be doing here soon.